Lamide, good morning once again.
Happy new month.
Happy New
The
Year.
same to you.
Can I take my stories away?
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Nigeria. I like to say that TVC has a finger on the pulse and an eye on the streets. And here on the Trending Now segment, we do our best to bring you trending stories that are shaping the world that you and I live in. We begin today with some good old politics, where former Kogi West Senator and socialite Dino Melaye has officially resigned from the People's Democratic Party and has joined the African Democratic Congress, the ADC. In his resignation letter addressed to the local government area of Kogi State, Mr. Melaye said he could no longer, in good conscience, remain in a party he believes has lost its potency and capacity to rescue Nigeria. He blamed what he described as political cankerworms eating deep into the nation's fabric. Dino Melaye, who was PDP's governorship candidate in Kogi just last year, says that this decision followed deep reflection and comes amidst growing cracks in the party. A known ally of Atiku Abubakar, Melaye is now aligned with the African Democratic Congress and has joined a wave of high-profile exits, including Atiku himself, David Mark, and Dele Momodu. With the opposition realigning fast, the question now is this the end of PDP as we know it? Let's take a look at social media. Patrick says, people who can't stay to solve party problems will tell us they want to solve Nigeria's problems. Interesting. And Ronald Famous says, politicians for the belly. Honestly, Nigerian political system is totally rubbish and would still remain in dark spots if we keep on recycling people like Dino's and Wike's back. China have one-party systems, but their law checkmates excesses and preserves integrity and discipline over lawlessness. Interesting. Moving on into the world of entertainment, Afrobeat icon Innocent Idibia, better known as Tubaba, is once again a married man, this time to Natasha Osawaru, in a private ceremony that has, of course, set social media buzzing. Now, photos and clips from the intimate event surfaced online yesterday, showing the couple smiling beside their traditional cake, surrounded by their close family members and friends. This comes just months after Tubaba officially announced his separation from Annie Macaulay Idibia, his wife of nearly 12 years back in January. By February, Two-Face had proposed to Natasha, who was also a serving Edo State lawmaker. And now it's officially official. As expected, reactions are mixed, and some fans are celebrating the new chapter in his life, while others are still processing the shift from his long-standing marriage to Annie. But one thing is clear, Tubaba's relationship is Nigerians' business, clearly, and Nigerians, as always, are watching. Let's take a look at social media. Ayomikun says, Hope said them don't tell Two-Face, say them no they play with Benin girls. You know if he say you know do again after 2 years, oh. And Chase Holding says, another day to fear women. I will leave this adage for her. The broom that was used for the first wife is still behind the door. Moving on into the world of social media. The world of social media is in mourning right now following the death of a popular Nigerian TikToker named Vivian Chinelo, better known as Big But Fit Nelo, a name that lit up countless screens with her dancing, joy, and her confidence. Now, Chinelo became a viral sensation by owning her body and her moves, inspiring thousands to embrace themselves just as they are. And she didn't fit into conventional standards, and that was her superpower. Now, initial rumors suggested that she passed away following a tummy tuck procedure, but new reports have now surfaced as clarification. Chinelo had apparently been quietly battling a hernia and was reportedly preparing for surgery, but sadly, she passed away before the operation could take place. Of course, her story has struck a chord across platforms. In a space that's often so obsessed with physical appearances, Chinelo was a breath of fresh air. She was joyful, she was bold, and she was unapologetically herself. And her passing is a painful reminder that even the brightest smiles on our feeds can hide private struggles. So remember to be kind. Let's take a look at social media. May her soul rest in perfect peace. Broccoli Boy Greg says, I don't think it was a tummy tuck procedure though. I used to see a lot of her videos and the protruding stomach looked more like fibroid issues. And according to what I heard, she was literally due for an operation, breast swelma. It's important to me that I debunked this because that's simply not true. She was very ill. Simply Tifa says, I didn't know Big But Fit Nelo before she died, but seeing her videos now, she lived her life so well, dancing with her children, meeting TikTokers just to dance. I'm happy she was happy. If you like, continue thinking about what people will say. Now you sabi. very interesting. And finally, Nkia Senwa says, oh gosh, weight loss has taken the lives of so many people due to quacks who pose as doctors. Her family should put out the name of the hospital and doctor. We need accountability. May she rest in peace. Team, moving on, we're now seeing that Two-Face is married. And I am picking on this issue because that's what, unfortunately, a lot of people back home are interested in. What do you make of this?
What do I make of the fact that Two-Face is married?
Yes.
The guy is married.
He's married.
I mean, he's married. He's married. So I wish you a happy married life. You know, what happens at home, especially to those of us that have this very public job, what happens at home, people do not know. They just look at you, they look at your public face and they think they know. And they start jumping in. So Two-Face must have a good reason to leave such a beautiful woman like Annie for another wife. Now that he's officially married, all I can say is happy married life. I wish you the best in future. Dino Melaye, oh boy. That it reminds me of what you, Veronica said one day. It is at 2 scene 3. You know,
Indeed.
he's left PDP officially to ADC, and all of them use the same phrases: deep reflection, you know, canker worms, and all that. However, just like Two-Face, I wish you the best in your new political party. For Vivian Chinelo, my happiness is that you lived your life full. You were happy. You showed happiness. You enjoyed yourself. It is sad to lose somebody like that, but who are we to question what God has destined? Rest in peace.
Indeed, may her soul rest in peace. And like you rightly pointed out, Olamide, there are silent battles a number of persons are dealing with, and so they just put up some appearance and just show up just to make themselves happy and make themselves comfortable. But then that's where we need to be humans, because I heard that a lot of persons were bashing her about her body and her time, not knowing that she had a lot she was dealing with. But I hope that that didn't inform her decision to do whatever it is that she was trying to do, be it a surgery, whatever it is she was trying to do. I think she just wanted to be fine, and then she passed. I hope that God grants the family the fortitude to bear this loss, and also may she rest in peace. Dino Melaye, you are also moving with your drama to wherever it is you are headed, and so we are waiting to see what happens, because if it is the ADC where every other person has gone to, we see on the papers this morning how they are beginning to speak up, how some of those who have been in the party are thinking that the processes where these persons are coming in, they are coming to hijack the party. And I think that if that's the ship you are heading to, then it is not sailing right. The storms are already shaking that party already. But for the PDP, I believe that it needs to clean house, and that's what it's doing right now. And so it can position itself to become a formidable opposition that it was known for. So if those that were causing trouble are out, then look at each other in the eye and do the needful. And talking about the last story, Two-Face Idibia, I think that I don't know, but I just feel, I don't know, I just feel this pity for Two-Face. Forgive me, but I feel that something is not right with what he is doing. I feel that he's not looking himself, he's not acting himself, and that he needed to have taken time to reflect on what happened in his previous marriage to know what steps to take. He needed to heal. He has children, grown-up children that he needs to be that father figure to. He needed to count the cost before taking certain decisions. But he has made his decisions, and whatever the consequences, he will face it.
He will face it.
I couldn't agree less with you, Veronica. He's made his decision. You know, the first time I had an encounter with Two-Face one-on-one was December 2013 at the Calabar Christmas Festival. We had a behind-the-scenes, talk, and I was asking him a few intimate or personal questions, as to what was going on with him at the time. And, he told me a few things. I wish we never saw you, Two-Face, go this path, really, especially for the sake of the fact that you have children, grown up for that matter, whom you need to be father to. It's sad, frankly, what is really going on. It's really sad. I'm trying to find the right vocabulary to, explain this, to describe. I can't. Marriage after marriage after marriage after marriage. You need to find your African queen finally and sit down.
Nelson, I just want to tell you that what was interesting is that they were playing African Queen during the wedding.
I remember the video that it had Annie in it.
And Annie was there.
Man, Oga, Biko, for Dino, Baba, for some reason, I actually like you, Dino,
His personality.
I like your persona, your drama and all of that. It's actually wonderful. For me, again, this is politics. You're not the only one. I can't really find any politician who hasn't done this crossing, so I'm not sweating my brains for that. Just enjoy yourself and be good where you are. And for our sister, we can only pray that your soul will rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Absolutely, absolutely. Amen. Indeed, the PDP is a house divided within itself. The question now remains, will Senator Dino Melaye be a tangible and viable asset, or will he just bring the glitz and glam? We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on into the world of television. Today is another day for another BB Niger update for you back home. Housemate Mansa has taken the spotlight, but this time for an emotional outburst. The same Mansa who left muscular K-Bobo in tears earlier in the week was seen crying uncontrollably in the diary room. And he opened up about his tough childhood, his mother and his siblings back home. A very raw and vulnerable moment that has sparked a lot of reactions online. Take a look.
To talk to my dad. A few months to when I wanted to go to Nigerian law school, and he died. And he died like that last year. A few months to when I wanted to go to Nigerian law school, that was when he died. So, with the trauma, we still... My mom still put everything. My mom that don't used to go there. She was one to that. 70% of everything. And because of that, I went to law school very late. I went to law school late, and I did not even study well. My first exam was very...
Now, while many Nigerians naturally root for the underdog, some say that Mansa's emotions feel a little too calculated and are accusing him of playing the pity card to sway votes. But beyond the entertainment, this moment raises a bigger question. When vulnerability becomes a strategy, how do we tell what's real and what's fake? Very interesting. Let's take a look. There's no tweets on that. We've seen enough crying from him today. But moving on to more serious matters. Here on the TVC Breakfast Show, Nigeria is extremely important to us. And all around the world, from the streets of Lagos to global stages, Nigerians everywhere are making their mark in business, in the arts, in sports, in science, and so much more. And here on this news segment, Niger Triumphs, we spotlight the wins, big or small, that remind us who we are, because when one Nigerian rises, we all rise. This is our space to honor the grit, the glory, and the greatness of the Nigerian spirit, to show the world and perhaps even remind ourselves that Niger know they carry last. That song makes me feel very triumphant. But in today's triumph, we spotlight a Nigerian who turned his lens into a legacy. Oladayo Adedayo began his photography journey in 1988. A journey that would eventually take him across the globe, from the vibrant cities of Asia to the cobbled streets of Europe.
So what I usually do is to tell stories. After working as an amateur for about 2 or 3 years, I now went back to school to study photography, and that changed my trajectory completely. And I try to take the younger ones, whatever you do in life, even if you're a taxi driver, there are schools where you can learn how the high and the mighty, the movers of shakers of blacks in Africa, blacks around the globe, because I freelanced for Ovation for about 5 to 6 years. And in doing that, I was opportune to travel the world, going to everywhere from Asia to Europe, from Europe to America, everywhere in the world I was able to go to, photographing the best the blacks can offer in Africa and the rest of the world. And then coming back to Nigeria became a piece of cake for me, with Experience Center, where all my work will be domiciled. Not necessarily for me, but for other photographers to have a platform and video.
Armed with just his camera and a heart full of passion, Dayo honed his craft with the iconic Ovation magazine, capturing stories that spoke louder than words. But after seeing the world, he turned his focus back home, and he noticed something striking. Nigeria had no comprehensive pictorial book that told the story of our people, our culture, and our everyday life. And so he set out to change that. And today, Dayo Adedayo has published 17 remarkable photography books, chronicling everything from Nigeria's landscapes to its local heroes. And his work has not only shaped how we see ourselves, but how the world sees us. His photographs are so iconic that some of them have even been watermarked onto our Naira notes, officially acquired by the Central Bank of Nigeria. But Mr. Dayo is not done yet. He's building an experience center, a creative center, for young Nigerian photographers to learn, grow, and share their work with the world. And for him, he says it's not just about taking pictures. It's about empowering the next generation of storytellers. So today's triumph goes to Oladayo Adedayo, a storyteller, a patriot, and a true Niger triumph. Before I hand over to my very capable team, I'd like you guys to please chime in with the hashtag TrendingNowTVC on any social media platform of your choice, or highlight a Nigerian who you think has done something triumphant so I can take it on the Niger Triumph segment. But team, what do you make of this? We have Nigerians who are making moves across the globe, taking photography, sports, the arts onto a global stage, highlighting Nigerians. Then we have some people crying on national television.
Oh, let me tell you, you had to juxtapose both.
No, see, it's like this is 7-Up. The gap is huge.
The gap is so much.
Nah.
We had Oladayo Adedayo in the studio some time back, and he comes across as a very gentle person, a creative mind, and somebody that's really meticulous. And those are the qualities you need to, and okay, you also have to have what they call the unique eye to see these pictures before you even take your photograph. I think this gentleman has all. And he has worked with some of the best. He has had opportunities to showcase his works. And for your photograph to be imprinted in your country's currency, that is one of the biggest honors anybody can ever think of. It's congratulations to him. And I love that project, the Experience Center, so that other young photographers can develop the character and that unique eye that you have.
I like the fact that Dayo Adedayo is doing something that will outlive him, because he is already imprinting his footprints on the sands of time, and that he's also looking to bring a lot of persons on board to learn and have that experience. Because from one camera, some persons feel that having one camera or not even having a phone at all, they cannot become something. But he has shown that you grow through the ranks. From one camera, he's moving with state governments who are calling him to come and document what their governments and states have. Because most of his picture books that I have, I've seen of Lagos State, I've seen of Ogun State. He has done for several states, documenting Nigeria. And it is so good to see. Kudos to him, Dayo Adedayo. We've had him here several times, and he's spoken about his journey, how he captures these very beautiful pictures. And one thing I like about him, he doesn't drop on quality. He is about quality. Because that has given him that recognition, and that is why a lot of people want to work with him. For some persons, they feel that, oh, materials are expensive, so many things are expensive, I cannot do this, I have to drop quality. But he has maintained the standard over the years. In fact, he kept upping the game as it is. I'd like to be at that experience center to experience that center and see what's going to happen.
Indeed. And there's something he said that, I had to pin on. He said he freelanced for Ovation, I think, for 5 years. And that gave him an open window to the world from what he said. That's a very fantastic feat, a way to begin that journey. And thanks to Uncle Dele, for having to have him to come freelance in his outfit. I think we need to see more of this. Men and women in our country who have attained a certain level of prominence, mentoring or bringing younger persons under the net to allow them also to learn the ropes to go higher into their dreams and careers. And so kudos to both of you for having achieved this. For my brother, we would cry on top TV. You know?
Oh, Nelson, now.
I don't know. But I thought that was a strategy. Whatever it was, that was nice.
You just spoiled this.
I hope it gets you the votes you're looking for. However, okay, you try.
Man, one of the hardest things for a man to do is to cry.
Absolutely.
You know, and he cried on national TV.
Our time is up, guys. So much to say about the tears, but nah, I won't waste that time. Anyway, thank you, Olamide, for those stories. But this is where we have to draw the curtains on the program for today. The show continues tomorrow with another set of persons. Let's let you also know that the views and reactions of all our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Up next is Your View, and afterwards this morning with Yori for Larry. Stay safe. Bye. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.